Welcome to Lost Culture, your one-stop destination for everything pop culture. My name is Aston. Today we're going to do a review and a recap for Luke Cage Season 1, Episode 3. So in this episode, we see Luke Cage is on a warpath. We know Pops just died in the previous episode. So we see Luke Cage is actually out looking for revenge. We see he runs in to a lot of Cottonmouth's like buildings and everything, his stash houses, kind of forcing him to send all of his money into one major stash house. That one major stash house happened to be his cousin's office, so obviously there's a lot of eyes on it, a lot of protection for it and everything. So we see his plan is basically trying to get him to believe that the Diego is behind every single hit. And which is actually, he's successful at actually doing. We see when he goes to each spot, because at the beginning of the episode, we see Diego's upset by the botched deal they had for the weapons. And he's already doing hits on the whole Cottonmouth operation. We see that the Latins pull up, just take shots, pull out. And it's very obviously it's a common occurrence going on right now. So we see that it's happening. We see he's inside the barbershop. We see Luke Cage inside the barbershop. He's trying to find a way to salvage it. He can't at the moment. He can't actually afford to hold on to it, repair it, have the day-to-day operations going on, pay all the bills. So he finds out he needs about $80K to get everything back to how it needs to be, and he kind of finds out that he doesn't have to do any paperwork on it. If he just keeps paying the bills, nobody will actually come around looking for it. But once the bills stop getting paid, there's going to be a lot of like sharks coming in trying to actually get it. And with that being said, he's also trying to plan a funeral for Pops. So Pops is at the funeral home. We see Cottonmouth comes in. Because Luke Cage, he really can't afford a mahogany casket, but we see Cottonmouth comes in last minute and basically pays for the whole funeral and tells, he calls Luke Cage the dishwasher and everything. So him and Luke Cage had that conversation. Nothing really gets So that happens. And after that, we see Luke Cage and Michelle. I think it was Michelle, it was Michaela, something like that. The detective's name, I'm pretty sure I'll know it by next episode. She's trying to figure out. She's trying to piece everything. I don't know if she has any special abilities or anything, because it seems like when she looks at these pictures, she can actually break down a crime scene. I don't know if her intuition is just that good. She can just piece together things, or it's actually an ability, because we see when she's breaking down these crime scenes, she's actually in them. Because she has a picture of Luke Cage and she sees him walking off in a certain direction. Obviously, she has that one shot of him, so there's no where he's really going. But for her, she actually sees his face. It ain't even with that one, but like the last episode when she's breaking down the botched gun deal, she sees everything going on. She can break down all the dialect that's going on. So I kind of feel like that's actually an ability she has. So that's going on. We see Luke Cage is talking to Chico. Chico actually says he doesn't even think Pop's actually got shot. He think a ricochet bullet hits Pop, and kind of blames it on Luke Cage, says it actually might be Luke Cage's fault that Pops got hit with a bullet, rather than it being Pops just got hit. It's because he got hit. Which it could have been true. I didn't even think about it like that. It could be true that Luke Cage is kind of responsible for Pops being hit. Not directly, but indirectly. So that was a pretty good point. And we found out that the detective's partner is actually a dirty cop. He's actually on the payroll for Cottonmouth. Which I kind of seen when you're at the meeting with Chico. When Chico called him to come meet up, we see he's taking his tie off. Like, why are you taking his clothes off to have this meeting? Obviously, it was the killer. Like, when you take off your clothes and everything, it's normally so that you don't get any evidence on you. But it was confusing that he did that and then put his tie back on himself. Now, with all that being said, the detectives let Cottonmouth know where Luke Cage actually lives at, and we find out that this was all like it's like not a big plan, but we see like Luke Cage's plan to get all the money in one spot actually works out. We see once he does that, he actually runs in there. We see nothing really hurts him. I'm glad to see his powers are pretty stable. There's no issue. So my thing is maybe he didn't eat enough, because we see once he runs into the warehouse, he needs to eat a lot. He has like a super big meal. We see his landlord asking like, "I've never seen you eat this much. Did you go for one of your runs or something?" Luke Cage kind of like, "Yeah, I did," and it was pretty cool. Like, so maybe he needs to eat more to sustain his abilities. That's why his abilities were so unstable with Jessica Jones. We don't really know. They still haven't told us where this timeline actually fits at. But hey, and I think there's another. I'm pretty sure there's another tie-in to the Avengers Against episode. I can't really think of it, but I'm pretty sure there's another tie-in that was brought up with that. We also get to figure out that her partner like is really happy that all this stuff happened. He's like, yeah, there's less paperwork. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. That's why I knew it was kind of suspicious. Like, he was just okay with vigilantes going around doing what they want to do, as long as he has less work. So it was just crazy. Another thing is, I'm sorry about that. Now another thing is, there's just so much going on. Like, there's a lot going on, but not really much going on. A lot of these stuff filled into the same storylines. Like, it was really quick to go through. Like when Luke Cage went to the building, we see he just punching through walls, pulling stuff off, kicking doors in. It's weird because he didn't wear any gloves, so I don't know why they weren't able to get prints or anything off for him. Maybe there's just so many people there that it was like kind of impossible. But one thing she does bring up, the detective, is that with all these gun shells, bullet shells, all these guns, all these people, there was no dead bodies. That is super suspicious. Obviously, there's something going on. Her intuition is telling her that it's Luke Cage. And it's funny because her and her partner, we see they're bonding. He's asking her when she actually slept with Luke Cage. And she basically tells him it was the first night. He laughs and makes a joke like, "Oh, was it his apartment or your apartment?" It was pretty funny. I would love to see that chemistry between those two. Another thing is, when they were questioning Chico, we see they actually let him know like blah 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 about he's obviously on the run, basically what happened. They take the handcuffs off Chico and let him know like, look, you're not a detective, you're not a detective, you're not a suspect anymore. There's no reason to keep you cuffed. Let him know like basically they're going to come back and finish the job. So either you side with us, let us know what you know, like give us some information to take this guy off the street, or risk it on your own. And we see at this moment, the detective and Luke Cage kind of had like a little standout. He tells her like, look, you can come to my apartment whenever you want to answer real questions. Next time you can bring your handcuffs. Which was pretty funny. And what we didn't know is her partner had these apps so where they can tell where each other is. I don't know how long the locations tell. It tells you where everybody's been at the last 24 hours, I guess, or 48 hours. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they would need to know that, or I don't even know what app. I don't even know what app does that. I'm really sorry. It's kind of late. I'm trying to stream this. I had class this morning, but we see that happen, and he actually gives that information to Cottonmouth. And we see when Cottonmouth gets the information, his cousin's in the building. She says, "I don't want to know how you take care of it. Just take care of it." And we see Cottonmouth shows up with a bazooka and he shoots the rocket off, and it basically levels the whole building. Previously, Luke Cage was just there talking to his landlord. He gives her a stack of money, kind of like to make things right. Obviously, the money probably got burned. If she survived this, she's probably going to be hurt pretty bad. I don't know how hurt Luke Cage is going to be, but we know he's able to survive this. He's not going down. I don't know how well he does against fire. Maybe he does get burnt. Maybe he just can't get injured by force. I don't really know the full extent of his abilities in this episode, but this world. So we'll find out. We know he can take a bullet from close range because he shot himself just like an episode ago. What else did we get from this episode? Like, it was just so much going on. Not really too much. It was just a lot of things that were basically part of the same storyline that can be broke down so easily. Now, we get to see when he gets back to the barbershop, he actually gives his money to the other old head and tells him to take care of all the bills and everything, get everything straight. And we see he has a connection to this barbershop because they share stories about how Pop always had his logo nice and polished. He told Luke Cage when he hired him, look, bruh, you clean windows. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. You clean windows. And nice little joke. Like, he told him, like, I couldn't even leave the barbershop in this type of condition. I had to clean it up as much as I could just so we can get this right. And I respected that because, honestly, like, I had my house broken into one time, and I remember the feeling, not really feeling violated, but like everything was just thrown around and everything. And I didn't want to leave until I at least cleaned up my place and had everything straightened up. So yeah, that was like a pretty good, like I understood the feeling, like I respected it to it. Like I went through the circumstance before. Never had it shot up or anything, just broken into. So with that being said, my power move was a close one this week. I almost gave it to Cottonmouth. He almost went for a three-peat. But I had to give it to Luke Cage this week because Luke Cage had the master plan. It worked to the fullest. He led everything to one spot. He ran through through the safe house with no issues. It was so easy, not so easy to him, but we see he didn't kill anybody. Yes, he hurt some people, but he didn't kill anybody. Everybody was able to go home at the end of the day. He was really only there to bring light to the issue. And yeah. Oh, another thing so that was my Power Man move of the week. Now, another thing I did forget to bring up was Diego. When Diego and Cottonmouth had the conversation, we see Diego was so disrespectful. And I just felt, man, I gotta take back my power move. Sorry, Luke Cage, you had a nice scene, but I can't give it to you this week. I gotta give it to Diego, I believe his name was. We see he's in there eating the Milky Ways, I think it was. He just opening them up, throwing the wrapper on the floor, eat half of it, throw the candy on the floor, take another one out, eat half of it, throw the wrapper on the floor, the candy on the floor. Such a disrespectful, very disrespectful, very boss type move. No, I gotta give it to him. He has to get the Power Man move of the week. No, nothing crazy, but no, all dialogue, just disrespectful. He's really flexing out here, just stretching his arms, letting him know anybody can't be touched. I'm gonna do what I want. I know who your connect is, and I don't know if he said he's gonna take him, but basically let him know, like, I don't really need a middleman no more. I know who your connect is. I can get to him. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm just seeing if you're gonna lie to me. And I don't know if Diamondback's the big baddie of the season, because we see it looks like Cottonmouth probably took down this episode 4 or 5. It looks like it's about almost halfway. It's only 13 episodes. So like I said, Cottonmouth's probably be taking down the next 2 episodes. I don't see him being stretched as the actual bad guy for this whole season. I think Diamondback might step in like maybe around episode 6 or 7. We actually get to see him at 6. Maybe. So that's really all we have for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, you can like, comment, subscribe on the channel. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, how you felt, if I missed anything, if you disagreed. I kind of respond normally in the first couple of days. I try to get back to you 1 or 2. And as always, you can follow us on Instagram at Lost_Culture. You can follow us on Twitter at Lost_Cult TV. And you can follow me on Instagram at Saint_Aston. As always, stay lost. Well, I don't know really we pick up. They don't really tell us what we pick up. My name's Aston. Today we're going to do a review and a recap for Empire Season 3, Episode